You know what I say now? When we have a protester inside, which isn't even very often, I say, be very gentle. Please don't hurt him. We had a case where we had an African-American guy who was a fan of mine. Great fan, great guy. In fact, I want to find out what's going on with him. You know what look at my African-American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? Do you know what I'm talking about? Okay.
What's up, Truth Tellers? I'm your girl, Brii Renee, straight from the A. And child, in just a few days, Donald J. Trump will be sworn in again as our president. Wah, wah, wah. Does the J stand for jerk, though? You might think so, because today on Truth Talks, we're looking at all the dumb things the president-elect said while he was previously in office. Now, some of you are excited about what you think the economy is going to look like, but I feel like we effed around at the polls, and now we about to find out again. That and more is coming up next on Truth Talks.
All right, Truth Tellers, welcome to the show. I'm your president, Frank Allen. And as always, we got our other co-hosts. We got second in command, that's my VP, my frat brother, Willie Moore Jr.
Indeed.
And since, of course, Atlanta influences everything, we got the secretary of the A, Miss Brii Renee, with her Brii Hive, and our first lady, Dr. Viral, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
What's up, Doc?
I'm here for that. I feel like you should be president, right?
Okay, well,
Right.
We're diving deep into the world according to Trump a bit later in the show, but first, someone big has been unfollowed on IG. Willie, what's going on with our trending truths?
Now, the internet is going crazy. The buzz is like super duper crazy with this latest story. Justin Bieber has apparently unfollowed his mentor, friend, and brother, Usher, on IG. I know, shocking. Now, does this actually indicate anything, or is this like a much ado about nothing? For me, I'll be honest, I believe that this is nothing. A lot of times when you're watching somebody be so successful, it adds so much pressure to you. I always say if you can't celebrate with peace in your heart, unfollow. So Justin Bieber, it's been a while since you've been on the road. The last 3 years have been Usher mania. I know that's got to be tough.
No, I think it definitely has something to do with peace in his heart, but I think it's deeper than that. I think it has something to do with the Diddy stuff, because, you know, there were clips that Diddy was talking to young Justin Bieber, and it was given kind of sexually provocative conversations. And then people speculated that Usher allegedly ushered Justin Bieber to Diddy. So I feel like with all the things, now this is what I heard, you know, down my rabbit holes on the internet, but with all the things on a tickety top, with all the things
That's
that
gonna be gone in about 2-3 days.
Right. With all the things that are going on with the Usher situation, and maybe him feeling some type of way slighted by him in things in the past, or even feeling like he might not be handling this situation the way he wants Usher to handle the situation, you typically unfollow when you feel like I genuinely don't rock with you and I don't want to see nothing you got going on. Usher been winning, so I don't think it had nothing to do with the career win.
Well, it will
I want to say, I just want to say, this is going to take 5 lines.
Go
5 lines.
Go ahead, Brian.
I don't care.
You don't care.
It's definitely something more than just an unfollow, for sure. Take my word for it.
Usually when you are celebrities or people in the limelight or friends, to unfollow somebody is a statement on social media. It's to let you know, I don't rock with you, and I don't give a damn who know it.
But it's also to let the public know that there's something going on. Because if you don't want there's been someone who I didn't unfollow recently because I don't want the blogs to say, well, why did they unfollow? Is there something different going on? Are they still or not dating? So I'm not going to do that, because I'm not trying to send, like you said, Brie, a public message that brings public attention to something I don't want people to know.
You unfollow Judge Joe Brown?
What? JB is one of my best friends.
Wait a minute.
I'm never unfollowing him.
Let me find out.
No way. No.
Well, you know who is reaching out? The African country of Ghana. They want people of African descent from the U.S. and all around the world to come home. And they are doing it by offering citizenship. I like that. Through initiatives like the Year of the Return and Beyond the Return, Ghana is encouraging us to return to our ancestral homeland. Have you ever had any thought about becoming an expat? And would Ghana be a place that some of y'all would like to live?
Well, you know, I did Ancestry.com and did the swab, and I was wondering, and I came back like 80% Ghanaian.
Look at
So now
Now
this
that's
is
really
even
your
more
moment.
incentive. I mean, if they offering citizenship, yeah, I'm ready to roll. Let's go. What time to play,
let's
Lee?
go.
And you gonna buy something out there and live and make it like a second residence, right? Or just have?
I mean,
have
I got a friend
citizenship?
who's in our, Willie and I know that's in our sales department, who's a sales manager. She goes to Ghana like people go to Savannah. I mean, every other day she's like, I'm in Ghana, so it can't be that far.
Well, me and my best friend, we thought about, she brought up to my best friend Lola, she was like, Shai, do you think we should get citizenship? And I said this, let's first figure out why Ghana is so open with giving these citizenships. Is there something going on? One. Two, what's the benefit? But then also, like, is there something that's going to happen in about 3 to 5 years or even 10 years where anyone who becomes a citizen is going to have to enter into, whether it's the military or enter into something that Ghana may need. I'm not saying, listen, hold on,
Wait a
Ryan.
minute.
That's smart, though. That's
Ryan,
smart.
No, Ryan, because there's benefits to it, but there's also reasons why a country would say, yo, we want to open up citizenship to everybody. You got to do your due diligence. You have to do your homework, especially us black folks. We jump into things.
Well, I'm
because it
80%
always
Ghanaian, so
looks
I'm
good.
ready to go.
Yeah, but we jump into things because, again, aesthetically it looks good and it sounds good and it gives us this bragging rights of dual citizenship. But not only what are the benefits to it, right? Can we go there and open up a business? Can we get a socioeconomical gain? Can we take that socioeconomical gain and bring it back to the States with our families that are here? Can we do those things that people who are immigrants and who do these things, can we have those benefits? And then two, if I'm a citizen, does that mean what am I tied to?
At the end of the day, they have an economy that they're trying to really push forward.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are sending money over here because they want to bring some of the bigger concerts there. The venues are like football stadiums. So I've been
They're
contacted
amazing.
to come over to Ghana to really bring in some gospel things that are over there. So their economy that's attempting to thrive and learn like this, like when you see how wealthy we are over here, it's just common nature. For some of you, it's like, man, I'm barely making it. But with a $40,000, $50,000 income over there, it's different. And if you can learn to pay some taxes, they like, listen, we want to build our economy. They got a 10-year plan. Shout out to Sherelle, who continues to call and say, hey, we're bringing concerts. Let me show you how we living over here, because they really are attempting to pull this economy up over there in Ghana. Here's the thing. Is it safe? That part I don't know, because the person that I talk to all the time is always a security guard with her. But, she's just a little different. But according to like Michael Blackson and a few other people, they say it's been really,
But
really
Michael
good
Blackson
for
and
them.
them are natives. I've been to Africa. I've been to Johannesburg. I've been to Cape Town. I've been to South Africa. It's not safe. Did I have an amazing time? Heck yeah. Did it feel like the homeland? Absolutely. Did they treat me amazing? Yes. But it's not safe. When you go there, they have big gunsmen, like a third world country, that stand in front of the resort. And they're doing that to protect us and their people, mostly the tourists who come, so that we aren't subject to the robbery. When we got there at 12 a.m. at night, we got into the Uber, and the Uber guy kept running the red lights and the stop sign. So I said to him, I'm like, yo, my guy, like, I don't want to get pulled over. Like, is this normal? And he said, Mom, if I don't run light or run stop sign, we get robbed. So don't worry, we get no ticket that the police lets us do this. So he's saying if we don't keep it pushing and we stop, we're getting robbed. These people understand we're picking up tourists this late at night. So I said, run every light and keep on going, my guy. Just don't stop.
To your
Don't stop.
point, Dr. B, when we went to Ethiopia, when I walked in, it was the first hotel I ever walked in, and they had metal detectors.
Hello.
But it was the best hotel
Amazing.
in Addis Ababa.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. They was like, listen, just stay on this block for
Come
food.
on.
Make sure that you this, and this. And wherever we went, there was always an armed guard.
Stop being scared of black
But
people.
I'm from Berkeley, though. so it-
wait,
Black
say that
people-
again.
Stop being scared of black people, man. Right now in Cancun, they tell you to stay off the resort because they are killing drug dealers, and they right there on the beach. They got armed guards with AR-15s on the beach, and it's one of the top tourist attractions. Stop it, man. Go over there, do your due diligence. Have some. I'm sure something's on YouTube, but to sit up here and talk about it's not safe because they got. Man,
Hell,
what is safe?
Buckhead
You can't
ain't
even
safe.
go to. You can't even go down Bourbon Street
Have you
without
been to
somebody
Africa?
come.
Have you been to Africa?
Buckhead.
You haven't been to
Have you
Ghana
been to
though.
Africa?
Have you been to Ghana?
My question is,
Alpharetta.
Have you been to
Africa?
Ghana?
You're saying don't be afraid of
When
your
they
black
ain't
people.
safe.
Hold
I'm
on,
saying-
Brie, you're saying don't be afraid of black people, but you haven't even been to Africa. I've been to Africa.
Have you
So
been to
go,
Ghana?
Go visit Africa.
I am going to go,
And take me
but
with
I'm
you.
also
I'll go
going to
with you.
not be
I'll go
afraid.
with you.
Hey,
No, not unless we're taking your plane.
Hey, team. I'm gonna be honest, Ryan. I done been over there. We was riding. The police had the biggest AR-15
Come on.
I ever seen in my life.
I got an AR-15 in my closet. So
Me too.
So what's
But
the big
but here go the
deal?
catch 22.
You're not living in a
I
third
said,
world
let's
country.
drive.
I don't know. Some
I'm
people might say
can
we live in a
leave?
third world
Not.
country.
Ryan,
Trump coming in.
I said, can we just go? Because I was late for an appointment.
Right.
He said, no. I said, why not? He said, they will shoot you. I said, well, just sit right here in this
You
room.
almost cursed. You almost cursed.
I said, hey, don't you go nowhere.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
get shot in Buckhead. Okay, so
That's a big
these
difference.
things happen everywhere and anywhere. I'm with you, Ryan. Like, let's stop. Let's think outside the box. And if you gonna get shot or if it's in your fate, it'll happen here, stateside.
Hey,
I
thought you been on the
listen,
set.
y'all just have
Not-
to do your due diligence,
not
like
here.
Ryan said. But for the people who haven't been, they shouldn't be giving that advice. The folks there will tell you what not to do.
That's
just
real.
listen to them and have
That's
a good
real.
time. Yeah.
So here's the thing. One shot that was taken that really worked
Yeah.
was Nelly and Ashanti, baby.
Yeah.
In 2022, they got back together, and now this romance is coming to the small screen near you. Peacock is filming a reality TV series with the two right now. It's being produced by the company behind MTV's Catfish, and Nelly and Ashanti will be executive producers. Now, the pair started dating back in 2006 and then reunited back in 2023. Their first child was born in July. The honest question that everybody is asking, because we've seen everything from Jessica Simpson to others, will the spotlight of this reality TV hurt or help their relationship?
I don't think so. They've been through so much already.
Yeah.
They've already had the hurt in their relationship. Ashanti took that breakup really hard. She didn't even date anybody for years. We used to work out together. Beautiful girl. And you know, she was ready for a family. And Nelly came back into the picture, and it happened in perfect timing for her. So happy for you, sis. And now they have their family. I think it's time that they this is more than just a documentary or a series about them. This is an opportunity for them also to make money for what they now have, a beautiful family.
I want to give Nelly props for circling the block. You know, circling the block
And doing it the right
and doing
way.
it the right way. Because if
That's
you
how
go
you
back,
spin the block.
if you go back, you look at the pictures of him with that other girl.
Miss Jackson.
Man, that man was sad. He was sad on them pictures.
Yeah, that's how you spin the block for sure. But I do want to just play devil's advocate because we know that with reality TV, even with them EPing, the blogs and everybody will take little clips and make big things out of little things. So I think that it could be add extra stress onto the strain of the relationship.
Yeah, and I think at this point they've gotten their ship, I feel, so well mantled that the outside chatter, i.e. the water, shouldn't be able to get in at this point.
And
hope
you're
so.
absolutely right. Sat in the studio with him for about 3.5 hours, and the way that he considers her, like, it's just amazing. Like, I've never seen him like this.
He's been
Like, I've never
enlightened.
seen him.
So that's good.
Up next, we're politicking. The finger pointing started in Cali. Who's to blame for all of these wildfires?
Lord have
We'll
mercy.
discuss it next when Truth Talks returns.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
What did you love and lose in the fire?
I lost everything. From a guy with everything to nothing. I spent my whole life helping people. And I didn't think it would happen to me, but it did. But I have my health and my life.
And we're back with more True Talks, and that video of Cali resident Walt Butler has gone viral. The 83-year-old lost everything in the Eaton fire in Altadena, and many people are just asking the question, who is to blame for what's happening in California? Some are placing the blame on Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Take a look.
You owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning. Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
You know, on my show, we call it Death by Soundbite. You know, for those who were like, what's going on? Why she didn't say nothing? What was going on? Because she knew she was being baited. And as a black representative, as a mayor of a metropolis like that, anything that she was answering, it was nothing positive about it. It was all about trying to get her to say something that was going to go on all the blogs and all the sites and have her looking like she was incompetent. So her being silent spoke volumes. Now, Dr. B, you're from LA. What's the sentiment on who's to blame for this tragedy?
I'm going to say this. I don't want to say who's to blame because I do walk, as president of NAACP and the biggest mental health advocate, I do work side by all these elected officials. What I will say is that there was a motion that Gavin Newsom, which is our California governor, was supposed to sign to fill up the water ducts that he did not sign. This was before the fires, months ago. He did not sign out. If he didn't sign it because it just went over his desk, regardless, that was definitely a deficit to our city. It was definitely neglect to our city, and that was something that should have been signed, which means that none of our fire hydrants were filled up. To our mayor of Los Angeles, Karen, she is giving everything she has. She is using every resource she has. We have just literally, as of a couple days ago, opened up our first fire community housing center where people are coming and they're being able to get bedding and sleep and resources and just the bare minimum of essentials. We have big rig trucks that are literally coming in from the pastor conference that's going on right now in Alabama. The pastors are in their conference, sitting big rigs trucks, shout out to Pastor Lance and Pastor Chris, to our city. They are partnering up with the mayor and the Dr. Bryant Foundation. And so again, it's no one to blame. This is a natural disaster that you cannot call or put a timeline on it. You can't blame this on one person. All our mayor did was get off of a plane, and she actually flew back immediately from Ghana when she heard that our city was on fire to put out fires, which she's been doing as the mayor in LA for the past few years she's been in office. There's been fires that she's been putting out time after time. She has people in different countries coming in on planes. She has firefighters, even from the prisons, coming to LA to help our city.
Listen,
so shout out to our mayor.
Listen, Dr. B and Ryan, I think that, first of all, I will say I don't think that Governor or Mayor Karen Bass is to blame for this. She's not to blame for the incident. However, that video clip was so disheartening. And for us to sit up here and give her an excuse to say, well, she's being baited and she shouldn't have to say nothing. A simple, my condolences. Hey, you guys, I'm here. We're going to attack this head on, and I'm standing with the city of Los Angeles at this time. How dare she not have anything to say? There's nothing baitful or rude or could be taken out of context by simply, I'm sending my condolences. This is a tragic loss for our city. I'm here and I'm ready to put my boots on the ground. That's all she had to say. But to stand there like a deer in the headlights, like she glitching, it's unacceptable.
Well,
I'm sorry.
She's
I'm sorry.
She's definitely not a deer in the headlights. And for her,
that's how she stood there, though.
For her to answer that there was nothing to say, it was only the action that was needed to be done.
It is something to say.
To have a her apology does nothing to save lives. Her I'm sorry does nothing for families.
It means that you have empathy as a human being.
We need her in the city with actions. Empathy didn't save them people. I have empathy. It did nothing for the city of Los Angeles.
But we speak up.
We need action.
We know that we're all media professionals, and we all know that if something tragic happens, whether it happens in LA or in Atlanta, we can't get on no show and just have a regular day program without acknowledging what has happened and sending our love and condolences. That's just common courtesy, and I think that's unacceptable.
You did what
they
was
did
right.
the same to Kamala, and she lost the race.
It's called, because
these people lost their homes.
It's called media training, and those who don't have media training should not give media advice.
I got
Good
media
job.
training, babe.
Well, you
and
should
I'm
know
telling
through media
you
training.
that
was
wasn't right.
appropriate.
I have media training, and I'm saying there's a way to do what you're supposed to do.
You're not leading the people. You're not in a leadership position, and media
I am a
is
leadership position.
You know when
Plenty
you're
of
supposed
them.
to speak to media. You know when you're not supposed to. That
I
was
do
media
know,
training.
and I feel like that was where she dropped the ball.
training.
I definitely have media training. I definitely have held leadership positions, and I feel like you have to extend like love and support and condolences in these issues. Like I said, in every show I've ever been on, no matter what coast it is, you're not gonna go about regular scheduled programming when something tragic happens. You have to address it, and it could have simply been, I'm sending my condolences, I'm here, and I'm ready to work, and that's it. We tore a new asshole into Kamala Harris because she didn't get up and address a college after she lost a race. These people lost everything that they've ever worked for, and the people on social media, the people that live in LA, the people who have been really truly affected are hurt by her not speaking up.
I mean, I appreciate the passion. That's great for both of you guys. But
That's
one of
not
the
good
things that
media
is
training
most,
at all.
the thing that is one of the most overused phrases is thoughts and prayers. It could be a hurricane. It could be a school shooting. It could be fires.
It's all this.
Our thoughts and
All
prayers.
this.
It just lands very shallow and lands very empty. And I'm sorry, and I know that you don't agree.
Not emptier than nothing.
But what
lands
I'm
right
saying
here.
is, if you watch a TMZ interview, when they walk out and they corner somebody and they catch somebody, the goal is to try to go viral. The way he was asking those questions were very condescending. And as a black woman, if I just came up to you and started asking you things about, you don't know what the hell is going on, you were just trying to figure it all out, and I'm peppering you because I want you to say something that's going to be a little short clip that is going to make me go viral, you have got to be able to say, you know what? No comment.
And
now, I
that's
agree
what
with you that. If
yeah.
she would have just said no comment, that would have at least been better than the silence on that part.
And that's where media training comes in at.
Yeah. So here's the thing. When it comes to leadership, I would want a leader to say something if I lost everything.
Come on.
Damn media training.
Okay.
I need a few answers, and I need just a little bit of compassion for what I'm going through. People are sending money there because people ain't got drawers, socks, beds. So when I look at the person that I am literally voting for and depending on in my local municipality, even the governor, although he didn't have great conversation and it didn't land very well, he was like, man, I'm on the phone with the president. And she's like, well, I want to talk to you right now. He's like, listen, I'm on the phone with the president. It may have went viral, but if I'm living out there, I'm like, at least he on the phone with the damn president.
Thank you.
And that's so funny because the governor is doing the worst job in his position, to Willie's point. We need action here. While you're speaking, you could
So
be
what
putting in
actions are
action.
being taken in silence?
We just told you. We have she has put a call
But
to all of our
has she
allies.
communicated that as a leader yet?
She's communicated to the people in a press conference when it's appropriate to do it. That's why media training is important.
The media
it's to give
training is to protect you
It's
as
to
a
give
person in
information.
public eye. The issue is that at some point, as a leader, you're supposed to take away the titles, the accolades, and be at a person and be in on a humanity level. When you don't have a Similac to feed your children or no bottles and everything that you have is literally gone, I don't give a damn about your media training. I want to know that you give a I mean,
oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is.
And guess what?
There go my media training.
That's why we don't let you do press conferences. That's exactly why you don't do press conferences. Wait, this is what we came back with out of the show, and nobody has answered this yet. Everybody's talking about what the mayor did, but nobody's talking about what we came back into this segment talking about. Who's responsible for the fires? So what they're saying now, I heard today, they're saying that the homeless people are responsible for these fires because they were saying that the people who are on meth are responsible because they said somewhere where they have no value in life. They don't care about anything whatsoever. They're also saying people who set fireworks on New Year's Eve are responsible for the fires. But the thing that nobody's talking about, and it may not go viral, and nobody may not talk about it, but China has more cyber attacks than anybody else, all of the spyware combined than any other nation in the world. 200 grids went down in those areas before the fire started. They also had grids in other areas. So if I keep putting something in and charging a grid, it's going to shut down. It may catch on fire. What's going to happen if all this is not a human error, but was done by some kind of foreign government? Then what we going to say?
Now, honestly, several people have been arrested in connection to some of these fires. People have lost everything in these wildfires. What do you think is adequate punishment for someone who intentionally starts a wildfire?
If somebody lost their life,
somebody
lost their life, you should be charged with murder.
Wow.
If you are convicted of arson because there were people, that viral clip, and the people, there was a man that was on television, and his sister wanted to go, and he didn't want to go. And he was 55, and he was like, it's like hurricanes and other storms. People think they can sit it out, right? And they was like, we gotta go, we gotta go. They found him dead with the garden hose still in his hands. So I'm saying, if you're convicted of arson, you are now a murderer.
Yep. If it's true that this is one person that intentionally did it, they deserve life, because there's no way you're going to be able to pay the amount, even if no one did lose their life.
Right.
The amount of damage, you're never going to be able to pay that back. We just need your life, my bro. So.
Well, we're seeing that many of the victims in the deadly wildfires in California are older Black residents who didn't want to leave their homes. I think Ryan alluded to one man who said, hey, me and this water hose, and he ended up being dead. We're pleading with you, if you can, and you actually have the means, when you're told to evacuate, please do. Homes and possessions can quickly be replaced at some point, but your life can't.
Ever.
Wise words, Willie. We want to thank you and sending our condolences and prayers to the residents of Los Angeles and all of the affected areas. Switching gears, up next, someone who never has wise words will be soon sworn in as our next president on Dr. King's holiday of all days. We're talking about the world according to Donald Trump and the dumbest things he's ever said, next on Truth Talks.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Big league.
Big league.
Beat her, big league.
Big league.
Big league. And I think we're going to make it big league.
Big league. Big league. And that's what's happened, big league.
Big league.
Big league. And we're going to win big league.
Yeah. Big league. Big league.
You can't make this stuff up.
Big league.
Welcome back to the Big League Show, Truth Talks. And is he saying big league or big league?
Big league.
It's hard to tell with Trump. Today we're taking a look back at some of Donald Trump's most outrageous statements.
Now, there's a lot that Donald Trump promised during the campaign trail. Some things he's already gone back on, like lowering grocery prices. But there's something he said recently that he wants to do that no one even asked for. Take a look.
The same thing with Mexico. We have a massive deficit with Mexico, and we help Mexico a lot. They're essentially run by the cartels, and can't let that happen. Mexico's really in trouble, a lot of trouble. Very dangerous place. And we're going to be announcing a future date pretty soon. We're going to change, because we do most of the work there, and it's ours. We're going to be changing, sort of the opposite of Biden, where he's closing everything up, essentially getting rid of $50 to $60 trillion worth of assets. We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of territory. The Gulf of America, what a beautiful name. And it's appropriate.
My mama called me and told me about this first, then I seen it. The question becomes, do we really need this body of water changed to the Gulf of America? It's a great idea if that's what you want, but I think we got bigger fish to fry.
That's so narcissistic of him to even.
Ours.
It's ours. We do most of the work there, and it's a dangerous place. America dangerous. Hell, you ain't been outside?
I think we need to be worried about what's going to happen on Inauguration Day. Because when he gets up there and does those freestyles on Dr. King's holiday, what's going to stop him from saying, you know, we don't have kings in this country. It's all America. So there's no king. So from now, I'm going to change the name of the statue to Dr. Martin Luther America. Who's with me? Who's with me? Bigly. Because, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? Like I said, he is the master of the freestyle, and he just goes off tangent. So this is just the beginning.
He's so male privilege and white privilege. He wakes up and he's like, I'm Big T. What do I feel like doing today? The part that he comes up with, what he gonna do, be the issue. The part that I actually admire is that he runs the play and he really does it. I don't agree with everything he says, but he be going in, boy.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a few more of Trump's comments over the years about Mexico.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. And they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. One of my first acts will be to get all of the drug lords, all of the bad ones. We have some bad, bad people in this country that have to go out. We're going to get them out. We're going to secure the border. And once the border is secured, at a later date, we'll make a determination as to the rest. But we have some bad hombres here, and we're going to get them out.
First of all, if he think they brought the criminals and the rapists, what did Christopher Columbus bring? But
wow.
Ring the bell, ring the bell.
No, my
That was
turn.
good.
That was good.
Seriously, what did Christopher Columbus bring?
Baby.
Anyways, how did Trump do on getting all the bad hombres out of this country, y'all?
The people who they're bringing over to fight the fires in California, they're coming from Mexico.
Come on.
There's viral videos of the brown people with Mexican fire gear on that's coming. So the same people that you call rapists, murderers, are now being led into the country because there's something that's going to serve you.
Trump is a capitalist. He does what serves him. Just like he named the Gulf of Mexico, he's going to name it now the Gulf of America. The only reason why he's probably naming that is because there's some capital gain at some point in naming it that. So he's going to make it a corporation, and then he's going to figure out how to get stock in it, and then people going to start having stock in the Gulf of America. And then Trump stuff is going to go skyrocketing. And by then he's out of office, and he don't care what goes on because they've already strategically put somebody else to get in office again. That's how I look at it.
And then it's going to be really, really unique after January the 20th, especially with all this mass deportation. I feel like Mexico should probably be the 51st. Like somehow we need to have all that with us and not like go against, because like we've been working so hard. If it's a part of the
and
border,
you can't stop it.
And you can't stop it no matter what you do. I've been to the wall that they started to build. Beautiful wall. But people who are resilient and fighting for it, let me tell you something. They're going to find a way to get over here.
And Mexico lit. Stop hating.
Is.
There ain't it Cancun, Cabo, Tulum. It's a lot of places in Mexico that we love.
Here's what Trump thinks about gay marriage. It's like in golf. A lot of people, I don't want to say this to sound trivial, but a lot of people are switching to these really long putters. Very unattractive. It's weird. You see these great players with these really long putters because they can't see 3-footers anymore. And I hate it. I'm a traditionalist. I have so many fabulous friends who happen to be gay, but I'm a traditionalist.
What do golf got to do with being gay? Putting it in the hole?
You need a real long putter to go into the hole.
Hitting balls. With a long stick.
They always say you got to get it up to get it in.
Right.
When has politics been this entertaining, though? Like, I have not laughed this much at anything political in my life. Now, I know that the country and the state that we're in is no laughing matter, but I'm taking the approach of my 84-year-old mama. She said, you know what? Hell, we got him, so we might as well find something to enjoy. Hell, every time he get on TV, I got to turn it up, because I don't know what the hell he gonna say. And I just started to look at it like that. So it's all perspective.
Point, I'm with your mama.
At some point, we just got to be grateful, because there's nothing that we can do in the next 4 years besides succeed, be successful, and win with the cards that we give.
Right.
And when he gives these people, when he gives these, which y'all say the white people, access to capital, and you also get the access to the Capitol, please just get the Capitol. Don't complain, my sisters and brothers, and go open up a business and don't buy a Lamborghini in the chain.
And don't storm the Capitol.
Indeed. And don't storm the Capitol and get you a bracelet instead of a chain. Now, you know the president-elect has had a few things to say about black people as well. These next clips took place at the National Association of Black Journalists Conference in a room full of hundreds of black journalists. Take a look at this.
A lot of the journalists in this room are black. I will tell you that coming from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs. You had the best.
What exactly is a black job, sir?
A black job is anybody that has a job.
Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect
historically
either
black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you...
Well, you know, you can laugh all you want to. 75 million people pull that lever.
Brie, what you thinking about, baby girl?
I'm just like, wow, how ignorant of you to be at the National Black Journalists. I guess it was a
National Association of Black
convention.
Journalists.
Yeah, I guess it was a convention, but a room full of these prestigious black journalists, and sit here and say, well, a lot of you happen to be black, and then make these comments. It's like, you're so arrogant. It's really, he's a narcissist. Like, we're watching this play out in real life. It's so just astonishing to me that that many people still voted for somebody like that. And we've seen these clips the whole time. So it ain't like, woo, we just now noticing the cat's out the bag. No, we've been doing.
And speaking of the cats, they was eating the dogs and eating the cats. Remember that
was
part?
my next one. That was my fifth.
And the funniest thing is he had to remind all of the black people at the Black Journalist Conference that everybody here is black.
Yeah.
And they just all start hysterically laughing at him like, oh, we were, unlike what you thought about Kamala, we knew we were at the Black Journalist Conference. We knew.
Authenticity and being authentic is the highest frequency. I believe in Jesus and science. He went in there and he was himself.
Yeah.
And that's why 75 plus million, whatever it was, voted for him.
You're right.
Anytime we go into white spaces, what I've seen in politics is we put a different face on. They had a whole lot of different things with Kamala. How when she went to the black church, she just got a little bit more Obama. And when she went over here, she was this. This man was consistent. It's actually hella funny to see that whether it's trash, good, bad, or indifferent or victorious to some people who seen that and said, hey, he was in there being himself. Man, that's the highest frequency in the world, to come in and be yourself. Now, it was funny as hell when he said the blacks. Every time he say black, I be like, why are we the blacks?
Right.
That's like my mom and them when they be like,
That was
the
a movie,
Walmart,
wasn't
the Kroger.
Wasn't that a Mike Epps movie, Meet the Blacks?
Meet the Blacks. It's like the blacks.
So maybe you saw the movie.
I'm like, am I the blacks?
They asked him, I like that they pressed him and like, what's a black job? And he was like, well, anybody that has a job. That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
So if we want to make a viral moment, I do like all of the other journals. The black job is the president. The black job is the CEO. I mean, at the end of the day, I totally understand. Like, that was very degrading and disrespectful. But Trump is going to be Trump.
One of the things that we saw in some of the comments that I saw today is that somebody talked about the fact that Donald Trump has always done what he wanted to do, and he did what Barack Obama could have done but didn't do. And he was like, thank for the pushback, because, I mean, one thing he is on brand.
He is on brand.
Global warming is a huge issue in this country, and just last week we had several inches, not several, just 2, of snow in Atlanta, Georgia. So what's Donald Trump think about global warming? Take a look.
We're going to try and have a policy where no windmills are being built. You know, off the coast of New Jersey, they want to build like 200 windmills. The people are going crazy. Nobody wants them. They're dangerous. You see what's happening up in the Massachusetts area with the whales, where they had 2 whales wash ashore in, I think, a 17-year period. And now they had 14 this season. The windmills are driving the whales crazy.
The windmills
Come on, man, you gotta show some love.
driving the whales crazy. And why is everything so damn dangerous to him? The windmills dangerous? I ain't never seen a windmill do shit to nobody, okay?
I don't curse twice.
Because it's dangerous because he's trying the fear tactic that they use to pump fear into people so that he can then have them vulnerable and he can cover them with his narrative.
Somebody should have let me see that clip before time.
Hey, wait. You know, we got more clips. We got more clips.
Okay.
We got more of what we can expect in the next 4 years from Donald Trump. Next up on Truth Talks. But first, we'll leave you with this. Most people follow the rules of an eclipse, but not Donald Trump. Take a look.
Oh, my God. He will. He's got him.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the you can do anything.
We're back with more tonight's show. The world according to Donald Trump. Now, that Access Hollywood clip where Trump admits to grabbing women in their private areas came out just days before his first presidential election, but that did not stop him from becoming president.
Now, there's another clip that many people believe should have also stopped Donald Trump from attaining the highest office in the land. Check out this clip where Trump mocks a disabled reporter.
Right after a couple of good paragraphs, and it's talking about northern New Jersey, draws the prober's eye, written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Oh, maybe that's what I said. This was 14 years ago. They didn't do a retraction.
He says some of the most vile things about other people. But why are so many Americans drawn to this man? Enough to vote him into office not once, but twice.
I think it's what you said, Willie, it's authenticity. And people respect you being just yourself, whether they agree with what you're saying or not. Yep. So I think that's literally why the millions of people did. And then he does represent some people's way of thinking. A lot of people do agree with some of the outlandish things that he said. So not only does he represent that group, but then the other group that's like, I don't care about what he's saying, at least he's real, that's the other group that voted for him as well.
Yeah, and I think that being disliked is a part of leadership. He's always been a powerful man. He's had a powerful circle of wealthy friends, and he's had the privilege. That comes with hate. So by the time he got in office, You know, it's like, do you really think someone disliking what he says is going to really make him crumble? Just like most of us, or at least myself, coming from the hood. You think me being a little girl from the hood who had to fight my way out, who had jealousy to deal with, who had people who hated me, disliked me, I don't care. So at this point, I say what I want, and the rhetoric can come the way it does. I don't care if it's unpopular. It's been unpopular since day one.
Many have said that this is probably the most disturbing thing Donald Trump has ever said, and it's about his own daughter. Take a look at this.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop
You know
it.
what? You are sick.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Oh, how
Well, you're
terrible.
known for saying
Is that
outrageous
terrible?
things,
Weird.
Mr.
Just like
Trump.
me. Who are you, Woody Allen?
For sure.
Interesting perspective, but she does fit the description of those that he
On brand.
Disturbing.
Who can forget that when Trump was in office, we faced a global pandemic, the first of its kind in more than 100 years. Here's how our next president responded.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do, either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
What I said the other night, there's never been anything where they have so many names. I could give you 19 or 20 names for that, right? It's got all different names. Wuhan. Wuhan was catching on. Coronavirus, right? Kung flu, yeah. Kung flu.
Yeah, the fact that he made light of the global pandemic and people died, people who have been living for generations, and all of a sudden when this thing happened because of his lack of preparedness, even with Barack Obama talking to the World Health Organization and being prepared for what was going to happen, and he kind of ignored it. It's really sad to see that he made light of this.
During his latest bid for re-election, Trump reiterated a racist stereotype against Haitian Americans. Take a look at this, child.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
Yeah, everyone got a big laugh out of this, but what did you think when you heard Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, insinuate that Haitian Americans were eating cats and dogs?
I was a little lost, like really, really lost. I know that there was some data that he had, but then they did some fact checking to see if it happened. They went down there, and I think they even spoke to the mayor, the governor from Springfield. And they was like, yo, that's just not happening. That's just not the truth.
Yeah.
It just shows the lack of seriousness for anything that Trump says. It became one of the most viral songs out there on the internet.
On
you know,
TikTok.
they made a viral video out of somebody putting a beat behind it. I mean,
They're
that
eating
people,
the
you don't
dog,
take him
eating the
seriously.
cat.
I think one of the things that people like about Trump is what comes out. He says exactly what he thinks, even if he's talking about women. So take a look.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Thank you.
So here's what Trump said when he was running against Hillary Clinton. The only way she, meaning Hillary, filled up the arena was to get Jay-Z. And his language was so filthy that it made me like the most clean-cut human being on earth.
How you clean cut talking about you would sleep with your daughter and
grab 'em
and grab them by their coochie? As a woman in America, especially a black woman who already has like double issues with getting respect in this country, it was so sad and disheartening to me to think that people would overlook this man who's also been convicted of sexual harassment. Like not assumed, convicted of sexual harassment, but also we've heard out of his own mouth that he believes that he could just walk up and kiss whoever or grab him and violate him and they'll let him do it. I was like, dang, like as a woman, black, white, or whatever kind of woman you are, how do y'all not think that this is a problem? And how can you let somebody lead you in this country with ideas like that in their head, and then the men that voted for him, they let you know that they sure don't give a damn about you either.
The problem I saw was the support for that type of rhetoric.
Absolutely.
Because I remember in elementary school, middle school, and high school, and we would always say, man, if we was back in slavery time, we wouldn't let nothing like that happen.
Absolutely.
And even my white counterparts would see those pictures of people being hung, and they'll say, man, we would have stood up and we would have did that. But now this is a very unique opportunity for us to see foundationally, can you really stand up for what's right and what's wrong? And we've seen that this country says, to hell with what's right. Like, we are going to go for a candidate who will speak this type of stuff. And literally, we've had people sit right here next to me and say, well, he doesn't really mean that. So coming in the 20th, we'll see what he really means. Because what this does is it gives a clear sign that morals don't matter no more.
No, if you saw what Bill Clinton did in the White House, and Melania's just said she's gonna spend some time in Mar-a-Lago, she's gonna spend some time in Palm Springs, and she might be at the White House every now and then because now she knows where all the rooms are. Who knows what's gonna go on behind closed doors?
Child, it's gonna be worse than Diddy parties.
Yeah.
Y'all thought Diddy had something in that baby oil. I'm scared what he gonna have in the baby oil at the White House.
The last thing we want to think about is Trump and sex, but here are some of his thoughts on the happy pill Viagra. I think Viagra is wonderful if you need it. If you have medical issues, if you've had surgery, I've just never needed it. Frankly, I wouldn't mind if there was an anti-Viagra, something with the opposite effect. I'm not bragging, I'm just lucky. I don't need it.
You know why he probably stay hard, Ryan, is because don't nobody want to sleep with you. Do you see the way that his wife looks at him and be yanking from him? She don't even want that disgusting man touching her. So it's Trump, I wouldn't brag about always being hard, because you're having a hard time getting what you need. That's what the issue is.
Well, she wanted that $40 million Netflix deal, though.
Yes, you sure did. But I think also, you know, Willie, you said, when did politics become so entertaining? I know I get on Kamala a lot about the whole entertainment, her entire campaign, right? But I have to say the person who started back in 2016 when he first campaigned was Trump, because Trump came from the entertainment industry. So everything about him, not just his campaign, but the entire time he's even in office, is entertainment. He's trying to be the class clown. He's trying to make sure that things
he thinks
are
he's
funny,
a comedian.
right?
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He takes nothing serious. You know, he was out golfing when they said that he, you know, has all these felony charges. He went on his own golf course and said, I am on my own golf course golfing, and you guys are worried about my criminal record. Like, he cares about, so all of it for him is entertainment. And that's how he's drawing everybody, not just black people, but everybody in, because they love it.
Yeah, he's changing the perspective of presidents all that we've ever had. Ronald Reagan, he also was an actor, he was an entertainer, but he took that entertainment thing and he used it a little different. He did some commercials and, you know, maybe used the Camel guy and cigarettes and just kind of a little sprinkle. Donald Trump done lost his damn mind. He said, we're going all the way.
And I think, you know, one of the things about Donald Trump that's different, since we haven't seen it since Barack Obama, is no matter who you are, people feel like they want to sit down and have a beer with the man. I don't know if they will be saying that about Joe Biden, and I don't know if they'll be saying that about Kamala, because no matter how you feel about it, when you go to the Trump Tower in New York, they have barricades around it now because of craziness, but also because it is an attraction. He is a bona fide star. So
bona fide.
Coming up after the break, should your stepkids be allowed in the family photos? That's next on Truth Talks.
Oh, God.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
And we black. Shout out to Blue Ivy. Welcome back. Now, we couldn't call this show Truth Talks if we weren't candid with our relationship advice, so we're about to hit it or quit it.
So we've asked viewers in our DMs to just send us questions that they're scared to ask you at home. So check out what this anonymous Truth Avenger wrote. It's time for my family to take our annual picture, but I don't want to include my husband kids from a previous relationship in the photo. I just want our family, so the kids and I had with him. I don't want all them other kids in there, they baby mamas, all that other stuff. Am I wrong for not wanting to include his other kids in the pics? Boom.
Yes.
Yes, you absolutely wrong. You knew he had kids when you got with him. And listen, I keep hearing you say the other kids. When you buy into a relationship, you buy into the whole thing. That's his coochie, that's his breast, them your kids.
Absolutely.
We all work together.
Yeah, and I think it says something about your heart posture when it comes to what marriage really means. Like you said, it's two becoming one. So everything that person came with is yours as well. And then, have you not had a photo shoot before? You're going to take some with just you two, some with just y'all kids, and then some with those kids. So you will have some pictures with them, but to not invite them at all to the photo shoot is a loud message. And as someone who's been a child of, going from one relationship with my mom into a new relationship, children can feel when they are and are not accepted by other family members. And it's a very uncomfortable feeling because as a child, you want to tell your mom or a parent like, hey, I don't think they really rocking with me like that, or I don't feel welcome in certain situations, but you don't want to, come in between a relationship. So I think you should be mindful of that and be the adult in the situation and just look out and blend your entire family.
When people call into the show and they talk about having stepkids, I always say, I always correct them. These are your bonus kids. These are your bonus babies. I think, for a lot of people, man, and as a father who has a child with two different women, I would never think about having them where they was like, these are Kai and Kaden, and these are my kids with my former spouse, and this is Ryan Megan, this is my child with my former girlfriend or whatever. It would just send a very poor message.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a blended family. It's 7 of us by 5 different women. And every one of my siblings called my mom Mama, except the younger 2 girls, and that's because they're like 14 or so much younger. And my mom also calls my brother, who's not her biological son, he has 5 kids, and she calls them her grandkids. And so my brother, who's not my brother's brother, his kids calls him uncle. So what I'm saying is we're all blended. And for me, okay, whatever. The point is, I'm with you. If I choose you, I choose everything that comes with you. And although I don't date men with kids anymore, but when I did date a man with kids, his kids were my kids. They weren't my stepkids. They were all inclusive. We were always doing everything together. And I think that's just the right way to do it. If you can't treat his kids like that, you shouldn't choose that man.
I'm with you with the whole step thing. When Michael came into Khalil's life after my former, once she got with Michael, we just pulled step off the table. Like, cause there's no step bills, step practices, step issues that you have to deal with in the house. So I ended up honoring him like so much. I'm like, this is your other dad. And I'm totally okay with you calling him your other dad. Of course, he continued to call him Mike, and that was cool with Mike, but we just took that off the table, and I think it gave a better blending. And so even when Zeke, their other child, is out with us, if we buying tickets, I'm buying Zeke tickets. If we taking pictures, we taking pictures as a family. We even we
gonna be like,
coined
"Step
it.
out, champ."
Yeah, like hold up, champ. It's just us. Like never. It was the More Joy clan.
Yeah.
Their last name was Joy. My last name was More. We a hashtag More Joy, and we get more joy in our life. It ain't really got nothing to do with us. It's about that little seed and that little child there, like who may see this as something that could be negative because that's what the world has told them. But how can we get God the glory out of this thing too?
Yeah.
And we were able to do it.
To Bree's point, the kids do feel it. And even if they don't feel it, they temperature check to see if it's there. His two kids would say, when we took Christmas photos, it was just us on the Santa sleigh, and they kind of just stood back. And I make sure I gestured,
oh, yeah, that's you.
come on, like we're not taking this picture without you. So yeah, definitely.
And we saw that in a viral photo where the mother had the kids with the pajamas on, and the bonus baby had on some pajamas from last year, and they went in on that. We was like, oh, you couldn't go out and get another pair of pajamas for this child just because it's not yours. It's just not right. It's not fair to the children. That's all the time.
I thought your mama was gonna get
Big
you.
grown.
We told her.
That's all the time we got for tonight. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials and right here on Fox Soul and YouTube. Good night.
Good night,
Peace.
y'all.
Night.
Night.